I found this while metal detecting somewhere in East Germany. No marking or stamps that I can see. I've Google Lens a ton and searched lots of relevant terms, but no luck. Does anyone know what this is? That's a mount for MG42, a machine gun rear mount fitted to the German World War II Hanomag armored personnel carrier. This allowed for high-rate, flexible fire against both ground and air targets. The second image looks extremely similar to an engine valve I have from a Junkers UMO engine from a Ju-88. Note the similarities between mine and yours regarding the valve seat still being stuck around it. Yours might not necessarily be a UMO engine, but it looks extremely similar, albeit with more rust. I wonder how it came out of the engine. Probably the war smashed it out. What is this thing I found while metal detecting in the UK? It looks really old, and using Google Images, it looks like it might be a Roman cloak pin. But I looked up Roman cloak pins, and while most of them look nothing like this, there were a couple of very similar ones. Any historical knowledge is appreciated if anyone has some niche knowledge here. Thanks in advance. It's not Roman, it's a post-medieval pastry jigger, missing the wheel, dating circa 1700 to 1800 AD. Here's a complete one, and another one found with 2 wheels. It was primarily used for trimming and sealing pie crusts and pastries, creating decorative patterns, or cutting shapes into dough. What is this cast aluminium found in a house from the 1960s? It's about 7 inches long, slightly turned on the lathe, very light, with a hole on top, and it fits well in the hand. I believe it could be one of 2 handles from those old-timey gym apparatus. Any help to identify would be great. It's the operating handle off of an early 20th century Ideal clicking machine. Here's probably the best photo of the handle, and here's from a 1914 USMC catalog. My father is a harness maker, a leather guy, and had one of these machines for years to cut out small leather pieces like fly swatter heads, Christmas ornaments, drink coasters, etc. Does anyone have a clue what this might be? My father is 75, and this belonged to his girlfriend's father, who worked for the highway department. They dated in high school. She was actually a classmate of Mom's. Any help you can provide would be much appreciated. It's an edge roller. Here is a metal version. These are designed to protect moving ropes or cables from abrasion and damage when they pass over sharp edges, such as rooftops, cliffs, or manhole rims. By providing a rolling surface rather than a static one, these tools also significantly reduce friction, which makes lifting or pulling loads much easier. If the owner worked for a highway department, it may have been used for hoses from a sump pump in a manhole. I picked this up at a small antique shop near Versailles, France, while I was visiting Paris. Mounted just underneath the top cup, on the underside of the item, is a metal dome piece, almost shaped like a bell. It's fixed in place and has a small metal screw protruding from it, facing the open bottom. The same metal from the internal dome also appears to go into the bottom of the top cup, where there is a small fixed metal circle sitting at the bottom. Around the ceramic body, there are decorative-shaped cutouts, almost like clovers. Part of me is wondering if it works how a modern-day oil or candle warmer would, with a small tea-light candle going underneath the metal dome, and it warming through to the cup on top, where maybe you put perfume or scented oil. Let me know if you have any ideas. It's an antique match holder with a bell. You find these mid-19th century when entering a hotel, and nobody was waiting for you at the counter. So you could ring the bell and strike your matches, smoking and waiting for the attendant to arrive. It had an arm that would go through the larger opening, where there was a lever you could use to ring the bell. What is this rustic wood and metal hand tool, seen in an Italian village home? A friend photographed this item in a house in Palara, a small village on an isle near Sicily. I don't know anything about it beyond what can be seen in the image. The text on the metal plate says La Sublime, which is too generic and not really Googleable. I asked various AIs, some free and some paid or pro, and the answers were all over the place: woodworking tool, straw cutter, etc. Have any of you seen such a thing? It's an antique wine bottle corker from circa 1910. This specific model is a bench or tabletop version, which was common for home winemakers or small-scale bottling operations. To use it, you place a cork into the internal tapered chamber, position the bottle underneath the opening, and pull the wooden handle down. The lever provides the necessary mechanical advantage to compress and drive the cork into the bottle's neck in one smooth motion. What is this little glass tube filled with liquid I found in my dresser? I had an antique dresser for years that previously belonged to my grandmother. I cleaned it out recently to get rid of it and found this in one of the drawers. It's small, about 2.5 inches long, and each has a small glass ball at either end with a different color. Do you guys have any idea? It's a 1950s glass perfume ampule, sometimes referred to as nips or bottelettes. They were historically used as promotional samples or for travel, allowing users to snap off one end of the glass tube to release the perfume for application. What is this antique item found in a 1926 home? We just bought a house and we found this on the wall. It says Mueller and Milwaukee on it, with numbers on the dial. I'm guessing it's an elevator floor indicator. Any info is appreciated. It's an antique cast iron Mueller Milwaukee dial furnace plate, used to regulate airflow in early 20th century coal or wood-burning furnaces that's in the basement, by adjusting the dampers. It opens and closes to control the amount of airflow to the rooms above. Basically, an old-fashioned central house heating system. They typically worked via a chain-driven mechanism, where adjusting the chain would lift or lower the cast iron flapper door. What is this machine in the background? This is from a Three Stooges episode from 1939, set in the Wild West of the 1800s. I have absolutely no idea what this machine might be. It's from a bar or saloon scene, set somewhere I don't know, maybe between 1860 through 1880? Thanks so much if you have any info. Please tell us down in the comments. Thanks for watching. Let's make life fun.